Marisamariella, and welcome to My Easy Kitchen. It's summertime, obviously. Look how beautiful the day is. And the warmth of the summer just makes it so easy to be outdoors and relax a little bit more. And that includes dinner. So I'm going to show you some very easy dinner meals that you could serve to your family or to your guests, keeping it simple but very, very tasty. I have all my ingredients ready for cornbread. So if you've ever had cornbread, it's probably baked in the oven, but this one's going to be done on the grill. I have a cast iron pan that is getting nice and hot already on the grill, and in the meantime I'm going to put my ingredients together. So I have 2 cups and a quarter of just plain old milk, and I'm going to give it a little squirt of lemon juice. I didn't have any buttermilk, so if you have buttermilk, then just use that. If you don't have lemons, then you can certainly use a little bit of vinegar, just enough to make it go buttermilky, right? Okay, so that's already done. I've got here a cup and a quarter of organic cornmeal. I do like to use the organic for the cornmeal. Stay away from that GMO stuff. I've got a cup and a quarter of all-purpose flour. I have 2 1/4 tablespoons of baking powder. I know it sounds like a lot, but it really does need it for that lift. About a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon and a half of sugar, and 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So I'm just going to give that a whisk, make sure that it's all incorporated. You know, cornbread just gives such a wonderful homey flavor to the dinner. You know, you're going to have that beautiful succulent flank steak, grilled vegetables, and a piece of cornbread, and I'm going to give you a little trick to it. So those are the dry ingredients. I have 3 eggs that I'm going to whisk up. Okay, so I lost my bowl. That's all right. Things happen in the kitchen. That's okay. So I'm going to give it a good little whisk. And in that, I'm going to add my buttermilk. So I'm going to slowly incorporate that. Oh yeah, I can see that it's already curdled, which is perfect. And I'm making a little bit of a mess. That's okay. It happens. No big deal. So I'm going to give that a good little stir. Okay. So I'm going to add the wet to the dry. I'm going to switch to a spatula. There we go. So what would you like to add to your cornbread? You can just leave it like this if you want. I've got here about a 1/2 cup of diced green onions. I like it hot, so I have a little bit of a hot pepper. It's actually a combination of hot peppers from the garden. If you had some grilled corn or just corn from a can, you can add that. You could add maybe a handful of sharp cheddar cheese as well. So I'm going to give that a little stir. Don't over stir it, because if you do, then it's not going to rise very well. And as it sits for a minute, it's going to thicken. So I'm going to leave that alone. It's okay if you have a lump or 2 in there. It really does add to the texture. Not that the lumps will be there, but it's kind of like a pancake batter, right? You don't want to over mix it. In the meantime, I have my cast iron pan on the grill. So let me show you what I'm doing. So my cast iron pan was nice and hot, and I added 3 ounces of unsalted butter, made sure that it melted. I've also turned off this side of the grill. So that side is still on high, but this side is off, so it's going to cook by indirect heat. And I'm going to pour this right on. Oh, this makes such delicious cornbread. Wait till you see what I do once it's all done, too. So my steak is ready. I'm going to pull it off. That's going to give a chance for my cornbread to bake uninterrupted. I pulled out the cornbread and it's just sitting here. Just want to show you. So I know there was 3 ounces of butter, but I'm just going to brush a little bit more butter on there. And the really special part is a drizzle of honey. So the sweetness of the honey with the texture of the cornbread, it just makes for a really wonderful flavor, and that honey is going to ooze in. It's just going to be delicious. So there's my cornbread. I don't want to touch it because it's a little bit hot. This is a different way of presenting a dinner, right? You just put it on a board and let people help themselves. Take a look at the little specks of green in the cornbread. You know that that's going to be really tasty. So thank you so much for joining me. It really does mean a lot to me. And buon appetito and enjoy your summer.